Hi, this is the Gypsy Rover with Jokers on duty. We're just starting our night out and that kind of thing, and we won't be ringing in the new year until 12 o'clock a.m. The festivities are slowly starting to pick up for the night, and around Canada and the U.S. and that. So Times Square is already starting to pick up their festivities for tonight, and that. So we're getting a good start off for the New Year's, counting down into the 2018, and that. So. And I think Paul Lucer, he's on his way to Toronto, and that kind of thing. And also wishing everybody around the world that's already come into 2018, we wish you a happy new year, and that. So, and Australia and all those other countries. But we haven't come in yet. We'll be coming in at 12 o'clock a.m. tonight, and that. So all festivities are starting to show up on Facebook, and that. So. We're gonna keep following those, and we'll keep our social going as long as we can. So again, there will be probably in and out check-ins and that kind of thing, and that. So again, I'm watching the homepage and that kind of thing, and as the celebrations start picking up. And that they're going to be able to they're going to be shared to my page, so you can follow it as well, and that kind of thing, and that. So for those that don't have cable, and that I don't have cable either this year, so I have to follow it on Facebook, and that. So anyhow, we're gonna go over to the other. We're gonna go to another icon here, and that kind of thing, and that. So that's usually supposed to be the closing, but again, I got my cord just in case I need it. Also, too, I'm gonna set that there, and again, I just drinking a bottle of Dr. Pepper. At least I got enough pop to last me tonight. Which again is just pop. I didn't do a liquor store run this year. Didn't have enough to do that. Maybe on Thursday we'll have a bit of an actual cheers and that kind of thing with a better looking glass. Also too, Relic the Clown in the United States has got a walk for Houston. A zombie contest going on, but you have to go to his page and to get details on his contest and that kind of thing, to win the giveaways and that kind of thing, and you'll have to follow. You can follow his Facebook page, and you go to Relic the Clown, and somebody came in. And that. So, boring messages. So again, you got to go to his page and that kind of thing, and follow his streams, and the Relic Army and that kind of thing to enter those contests and that, because that is his streams and that kind of thing. Again, they're like they only shared links, or kind of shared and that, but he is really funny, and that I've been watching him too, and I've been following him, and I thought he was quite funny. He's a bundle to laugh if you're looking for a good laugh and that kind of thing. and that. So again, there is. So again, we're keeping on top of the ball with everything, and so anyhow, we're watching out for the some of the New Year's stuff coming up, and so anyhow, again, it'll so that way we can follow it, and that we'll tune in and follow it, watch it, and then they have their big they're gonna have their big countdown at the end of the night at 12 a.m. And that. So again, this is down to one camera because the other camera is kind of down because of the fact we're following the actual live celebrations and that kind of thing. As they're coming through, as they're starting to come through, they're coming through to Facebook and that, and what's but yeah, so anyhow, so again, it's New Year's Eve here, and that. And so far, we've been again. So we had a couple socials. I think we had a lot of socials today. New Year's usually the biggest festivities every year. It's kind of big. Kind of everybody celebrates New Year's, and that. So I mean, it's quite interesting in that. So again, I got the Jokers on Duty studio here, all nice and lit up. Also, too, because we're getting so close to the real live festivities, sometimes the live streams, because we're live New Year's Eve here. I took my headset off just because just in case we get into the live streams. And that, because to get these icons came through, it said go live for New Year's Eve. That means we're going live all night tonight, just the same as the celebrations are. So if CNN decides they want to come in and wish me, come through and join me live here on my live stream to wish me a happy New Year's or whatever, have a bit of a conversation, because they're busy with their celebrations, but they sometimes look for the live streamers that are live. And at the same time as they're live, and sometimes they'll include through just to say hello and to wish you a happy New Year's, and you have a bit of a you're a little bit live with them and with the hosts, and that actually will show on TV and that kind of thing. It comes across the television on the public cable, and that kind of thing. So. And that, so they also do check-ins. So they look to see who's all celebrating New Year's and who's all live, and who's all live streamers that are live, and then sometimes they'll surprise us and pop in and say, hi, Happy New Year's. How so far, how is your New Year's Eve going? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? I said resolutions, not revolutions. I made a mistake earlier. I accidentally said revolutions, and that. But again, that is that for Canadian and American vocabulary over history, that is a wrong word to ever use, because that is a DEFCON clock. We don't want to go there. Um, so so again. So again, New Year's Eve is going to pick up big time, and again, I've been looking on Facebook. I've seen a lot of festivities. They look great. Um, so far, I've seen some over in the UK, England, which is United Kingdom, England, Britain. They're already in. Um, Probably because Scotland is in the same time zone or central as England would be, or Scotland and Ireland, they'd be in. Or they might be just in the process of coming in. The United States and Canada, we're in the same time zone. It depends whereabouts. What part of the states is closer to Canada is in our same time zone. Again, if it's Arizona, no, it's a different time zone. But again, if it's like down in New York City, down in New York City, they're in New York State. They're really close to Canada because Michigan, Detroit, up at Tomomoy here, the border crosses over to Michigan, Detroit, and down through to New York City. And that, so we're actually close to the border crossing, one of the border crossings over into the States. Because Michigan, Detroit's not that far from us, and which is just across the bay from us, and so is New York City. So, we're not really that, like Georgian Bay. It's because Lake Huron runs right through Sawa Beach. And so if you go up towards Tobermory, there's actual customs crossing up, big bridge crossing up there, and that kind of thing that takes you over. But again, like New York City's in our time zone, so technically everything. And when Canada goes live for their big New Year's celebration, they cut off at 10:30 for some reason, and everything goes right back to the United States, which goes right back down to Times Square, New York City, for the main countdown. And so Canada, like Ottawa, is more of a flag. Like they do the flags every year, and the colors for all the international all the provinces and all the world countries and international flags and that kind of thing. Because especially if it's especially last year, because we came into a centennial year, and so it's we got a lot of I got a lot of New Year's fools coming through today. Tonight. And that, and that, all friends she's doing well. She watches. She's just been watching YouTube since we don't have cable, so she's watching. She still gets her Murray Povich. She still gets her Jerry Springer, and she still gets that bald-headed. I'm not one to talk. I'm bald now, anyways. To myself, I shaved my hair off again, but went a little green for tonight. But no, this is not my real hair. It's a wig. And but no, she still gets Steve Wilkos and all them yelling and shouting and yahooing TV shows, and that. But it keeps her occupied, and that kind of thing is the main thing. Well, last night she went out to karaoke, and she said this guy got up to try singing a song that I always sing all the time when I get up there, like, because I love Neil Diamond. I sing his songs on karaoke, but they all like me at the karaoke bar because I can actually sing Neil Diamond songs because I know how they're sung because I grew up with it, and that, so I know how to sing them, drunk or sober. And this one guy got in there, and he tried singing it. She was telling me last night, and he was too drunk, and he ruined the song. Totally ruined the song, and they were not. Nobody in the bar was impressed with him. They were all pissed at him. Sorry to put that way, but they were ready to throw him out. Kick him off the stage and throw him out the door because he was ruining a good song that was written by a real true legendary man. He's probably retired now, but I mean, it's he made like Neil Diamond look like he was garbage. uh, but that's again that is a bit of a good sense of humor, for to start off this New Year's Eve night. And that, man, is getting dark quick, and that, so slowly, stuff, progress is kind of progressing through. I don't need any more of these icons. So anyhow, hey Chris, how you doing? Chris Morris is on. Happy New Year's Eve, and again, I am the host of Jokers on Duty. Timmy Scott Plain is a long name. Sometimes I go by Tim for short. Sometimes I go by Timmy for short. And that, so. And also my camp, I use my old camp nickname that was named when I was a kid, the Gypsy Rover. And so anyhow, stuck with me for years. Pringles Pete, he is around somewhere. And that, but just like, he started out as a Hunter's Cabin character. When we did the Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge, and he became a ghost of Hunter's Cabin. Same with my good old buddy Cody Bell that lives here and in town here, and I still see him walking down the street. But he played a foolish hand of poker. I'll tell you that now. And he got captured, and he became Ghost of Hunter's Cabin. But that was a storyline. That was a joke. And that for Halloween, it kind of put a bit of a scare in you, because it used to be an actual, real, true story when it was told to me as a kid. It really happened 100 years ago, but it doesn't today. But basically all that still happens is basically on the real campuses, the real hauntings, and the cabin really being haunted because it's historical. You know how all those 100-year-old buildings are, and 1,000-year-old buildings are. But a lot of people, they nowadays, they sell their problems off so they don't have to deal with it, and that. But again, so we're gonna go back into New Year's here, and that. So again, I got my Jokers on Duty T-shirt on, which I have adopted as my Jokers on Duty T-shirt. It is actually a Batman T-shirt with a Joker on it. Which you can buy at Walmart, by the way, but I adopted it as a Jokers on Duty T-shirt, because it fits our theme, because this is Jokers on Duty, which is also, too, it holds our also label, Jokers on Duty's Haunted Hunter's Cabin Clubhouse. So, again, we've gone through last year's Halloween shows, we've gone through our Christmas shows, and now we're on to our New Year's. Tonight is our New Year's Eve show, and then that kind of thing. And then there's tomorrow, New Year's Day. No papers tomorrow, which I'm so glad. Which and I won't converse back till Tuesday, and then I go back to work at the dentist office on the Wednesday, which is one day a week. And I had a good Christmas Eve. I got pajamas, I got socks, I got long johns, I got a couple movies, I got a game. I think I got the Cult of Chucky and that. But also too, again, I'm just also searching here for more on New York City. Because they're actually starting to pick up. I told friends some year I am going to buy. I think I'm gonna actually apply and buy into a passport. So that way, some year, and put my money away. I guess start saving some money so that way we can actually go down to the festivities in New York. And that, so that way we can cover. That way we can save the money to pay for the transportation across and back, and hotel expenses and all that. Because that's a nice trip to go down for New Year's, but a cold trip too, but also expensive, and that kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of as close to New York as I ever get is Facebook. Also, to enter your name into the Relic Army contest with the Houston Walk of Zombies with Relic the Clown and Coco the Clown, you have to go to Relic the Clown's Facebook page. And I think I remember if I did, I shared some information on his page to my wall. You can look that up on my Facebook wall. But you can click onto his page or go to his, or punch in Relic the Clown's Facebook page on your Facebook search. And you can go in there and follow him. And then you can turn on notifications so when he's on live and you can follow him. He's a total clown. clown all the way. And that when he's live and that kind of, he's funny. I actually started watching him around around the Santa Claus parade time, or also closer to Halloween, and he started coming on, and that because there's a lot of all the time there's a lot of new Facebook streamers always coming on. Putting up, actually running their own Facebook shows. Like again, there's the live spells and readings, psychic readings with Rachel Gibson in the United Kingdom, Britain, in England. Live from there, she's a link that is shared to my Facebook page too, that I also follow. She's really, really good. At times she's actually a clown too. Her and her husband Dean, they're really a riot. On there, but they're really nice, and that so there's also that live stream. I was shocked when I seen that coming through Christmas Eve, and I find that quite interesting. Also too, every night, again, because I am live too, MFers is every night from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock with Michael Klotz in Guelph, Ontario. You can follow him and Mike and the MFers. Again, and so again, you'll see a lot of comedy in that, and that. So as Jokers on Duty in the new year starts picking up, we will have our coffee time social, and at the summertime, you'll see us probably out and around. Probably out and around in front of Tim Hortons, not inside Tim Hortons because I cannot live stream in Tim Hortons because you're inside a building. It'll probably be outside in the nice weather, sitting out in front of Dockside Willie's, or around the park and that kind of thing in the nicer weather. Too cold this time of year to be sitting out in the snow. And so again, that's so the new year's going to bring a lot of new shows. Also, too, April 9th is our Optimist Club fashion show, and it is an Alice in Wonderland tea party. If anybody's ever, how many people here ever went to an actual fashion show? I'm used to working one, but I've never actually bought tickets to go to one. I get to see it because I work it, because I volunteer and work it. I get to see it. I don't have to pay to get in. But after the event's over, if I want like a beer or something like that, I have to pay for it. But which is kind of normal. Also, too, it brings in the newest stated fashion, and that's usually hosted. The Optimist Club is hired by Josie's clothing store here, and as volunteers. So the Optimist Club hosts it, but Josie's hires the models. They're not volunteers; they actually get paid. Some of them are volunteers. Some of them are actually paid through Josie's clothing store here in Wyerton. and they show off the latest new fashions that are coming out. Everything from different parts of the world, what new type of fancy clothing she's putting on her market for sale. Me, I've never got to be able to buy any fancy clothing yet from some of the fancy stores here yet, but I heard it's worth your money. It's expensive, but it's worth your money. But no, I don't buy anything fancy. Like me, I'm still shopping at the Plum Local Salvation, you know what I mean? And that kind of thing. That's probably where I got my pink pants from. That's where I bought my pink pants from too. Because anywhere else you can get them in any other color but pink. But yeah, so you gotta have some of that interaction, that kind of a bit of that Joker's on duty style, and that kind of thing, and so again, night's starting to pick up, and it's I'm watching out for festivities and that as they come through. My luck, I probably like last year I missed and started missing them. Again, because they do it smart, because they do when they're streaming for Facebook, they will do bit by bit, and which is a smart idea because of the timing you have. And then when they put all the pieces together, it'll will go to once they get all the sections are recorded, then right at 7:00 they go live. They strictly go live, so they have one when they come through Facebook. They'll have one big stream till 12:00 at night. But they start out with the small streams, and then they go into the big long streams right till 12:00 at night, and till right into the countdown, and that. So again, I just found another live video here of a DJ or something that has just come through now, and so anyhow, again. I kind of would turn it on for you, but I'm just not turning it on because I'm also live on a live stream, and I do not want to upset. I actually don't want to upset the anybody from Facebook or whatever, because the fact that it is the live streams that that's hosting the actual celebrations in New York City and in Ottawa and Niagara Falls, Canada, in New York City, United States, and Canada here is all done by CNN, and they're using a lot of audio tech for the bands and that too, so the bands are actually live. So again, we don't want because I'm on live in my own studio, but again, following them too on Facebook. I don't want Facebook to think that I'm audio teching by any chance. So again, it's again. So we're doing we're fitting in our New Year's shows and that. And I think I can if I turn it down. I think I like whoever remembers the old story, the little engine that could. I remember that story as a kid. Not a kid. We weren't into those stories when we were cadets. No, as a kid. Oh yeah. What was it? With a little engine that could, he would climb the hill. He was a little short guy like myself, and he thought he was too weak and nerdy to do anything. And all the bigger engine trains used to make fun of him or whatever, and because he was the runt of the litter, and he kept saying to himself, he took on a challenge to go over a mountain hill, and he kept saying he couldn't do it at first, but then afterwards, some ran into some type of wild train or whatever. That was in the scrapyard, and told him he could do anything if he puts his mind to it, and just to say I think I can. I remember that story. No, it isn't. We're not going to attempt. That's going to be too loud. Okay, I got that turned down so low. So that way it's not copyright, it's not audio teching. Like Relic the Clown, he really gets his music like pumping. You ever watch Relic the Clown? Okay, this will block this out good. It's at a very low level. Also, too, you get Relic the Clown on there. He's really foolish. You ever see him? He's really pumping the music, and he's singing along, and it's so funny. And you know, it's so comical how he does that. He's bobbing his head and everything. So again, because I'm also following the live celebrations on Facebook too, and I'm on live Facebook. That's why I've kind of turned everything low, so that way it doesn't override my stream and bother anybody. So anyhow, and that. So again, I do have my plug here. And so just so you know, if you probably notice, I do still have my pink pants. I am still wearing pink pants, by the way. And that. Also too, we're gonna put that there until it says my battery gets low. And so anyhow, too bad Cody couldn't join me tonight. The Ghost of Buzz couldn't join me tonight, but he's got a time curfew and that kind of thing. That's what I don't like about community living here, is they got these adults living on their own, and they're old enough to pay rent on their own, and you know, they're in housing on their own, everything else. They do everything else independently on their own, but then they hire his support worker to spend the night over there. And that kind of thing. They put him on a time curfew in his own apartment that he's paying rent for, and tell him he can't go out nowhere after like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And the guy's a full-grown adult. Like, I mean, that doesn't make sense. But you know, but so again, so that's why I said it's a shame he couldn't be here tonight to join us on here live. And so anyhow, again, there is a Happy New Year's hat, and I got my real one on too. Over in a little bit, I may switch hats halfway through, because this is my Magical Jokers on Duty hat. Again, we're actually gonna go. I'm gonna go either purple. Again, where'd my pink one go? Oh, my pink one's on the fireplace. And so I'm gonna show you my pinky, not pink one, my pink hat, not my pinky finger, not the one next to my selfie finger, and that, and or wedding band finger. There's my pink one, and that. I think I wore it in purple too much, so I think I'll put on my pink hat for tonight, for the rest of tonight, because I've used purple and blue so much on here, again. And so I got my original one on right now, and so anyhow, put that over. So again, you can see that there's my Jokers on Duty New Year's Eve hat, And again, this is your dollar store bought once. After New Year's, I don't think I'm going to keep these ones for next year. I don't know. I may actually autograph these and give these away. And with the Joker's on Duty JOD signature on it, and my nickname signature on it is GR, Gypsy Rover, and that, and autograph it Team Scott Plane, S Plane, and give them away just as free gifts and that kind of thing. And that, so, and again, I've only got one. For these ones, I've only got 1, 2, 3, and the gold one. There's 4. And then I just buy a brand new set next year. And that kind of thing. So, again, so there's the pink one. There's the pink one I'm going to be wearing for tonight. And then to finish off tonight's, because they always stay in good shape. And that kind of thing, if you really look after them. And so anyhow, and that, so again, they're going to be autographed, and that for on behalf of Jokers on Duty. And so anyhow, we're going to put that one there because that's going to be a change in, and that one staying in peace. Oh, and plus also to have got, and again, I showed you the blue one, the purple one. There's the blue one, and that kind of thing. So again, we've got the it's going to have the JOD and that kind of written on it. And that, have a junk drawer. Well, everybody has a junk sale, so why not have a junk drawer? I mean, you don't have to have a license for that one. Oh, man, I'm getting old. And, again, oh. And that, so again, there's the gold Happy New Year's hat. And so again, I've got the 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so anyhow, it's going to go up there. And again, that is going to go up to the back. And I'm going to show you this here. Again, we've got Happy New Year's and that kind of thing. And made up sign. Already says JOD on it. It's getting cold here. And so to switch my hats now. Again. So. Okay, so now that is now set, just like my purple one is, and so again, New Year's is a picking up, and that. And so, and don't have anybody to tag yet. And so anyhow, I don't know how many people are. I've got 2 people it says here to add. They could add the camera, but I don't know if they're on their live video streams or not. To add them, they have to actually be live video streaming, and that. So again, it'll tell me on who's clicking in. So if CNN decides to click in and follow my live streams, and it says add them to my live stream, then I can automatically add them, because then I know I'm watching the computer here, so I know when they're actually on, and that. So again, we're awaiting 2018. I tell you, buddy, go sleepies. And and that. And of course, knowing our pal Paul Lucida from Guelph, from Paranormal Hunters of Guelph, POG, Fog TV. Before he hits Toronto, he's probably going to be like, got to do one more shirt. But that's okay, because he loves doing his Fog TV shirts. If I ever was able to afford my own ink print machine, I'd be printing up my own Jokers on I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be printing up my own, buying the blank shirts, and printing up my own Jokers on Duty T-shirts, and that. Like again, I wouldn't be able to see where he has a vendor's license to probably sell T-shirts. I don't have a vendor's license to actually sell T-shirts. I'd have to actually put them actually draw them off or give them away, and that kind of thing. But which I wouldn't mind doing, and that kind of thing. If I had one of those print machines that you could print your own T-shirts, I'd print up my own T-shirts and that kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So anyhow, with our own Jokers on Duty logo, and that kind of thing, and so anyhow, again, time is clicking, and put that up there, and so again, we're just sitting here and just killing time here, and some of the bands of to do with New York City is starting to already pick up. Dancing Astronaut is a DJ service. Which is coming from there, and so far I'm not seeing anything different, but they're actually live. And hey, look at me, I'm live too. Woo! This is looking good. I'm alive too. And so again, I'll lock myself down here. And well, I'm not really, what I'm doing is I'm not really locking it down. I'm only customizing it. So publicly you can still watch the videos, but you can't, you can't actually, it just doesn't allow you to share it unless it's just harder to share it. It just customized, so that means you just be able to watch it. You just won't be able to share it, and that kind of thing. Okay, but it's still public viewing, so, and you can still comment it unless you're on my friends list and that kind of thing. So it just means the only ones that are on my friends list and Facebook friends list can actually follow it. That's what customizing means. And that. So again, it's good because it also gives it the copyright protection too, and that kind of thing. So, and that. So that way, it's not an issue with sharing it. It's not. I'm not saying you can't share it. It's just if you share something that's customized on somebody's Facebook page, you can share it. You just have to agree to terms and conditions that you will not download it, and that kind of thing. That's where the copying gets picked up on, is the actual is when it's downloaded. So anyhow, and that kind of thing. So again, it just means you can share it. You can still share it, but there's a notice that will pop up that says if you're sharing from somebody's wall that you're agreeing that you will not legally download it. That's all that custom means. It's way different than actually being on a public status, but again, it's still viewable by the public, which is pretty cool. So everything is starting to pick up pretty good here, and that. Again, I've got my cord here. I wished I had a longer cord, just in case I start. Oh, there goes my hat. Oh. Man, put my hat back on, man. I feel bald. No, I got no hair underneath. I shaved all that long hair off. If I had kept it growing a little bit longer, I would have been able to dye it green, like my real hair green again, and actually flip it in a ponytail. And that kind of thing. But it's Wyerton. Nobody around here, they're anti-green hair. They don't like green hair. They're very racist. Especially the Salvation Army. They don't like green hair. I walked in there one time here for a function, and the Optimist Club was having it, and I got kicked out because I had green hair. Because they were complaining, they says, oh, nobody has green hair. I said, well, look around half of Wyerton, they all got purple, pink, blue, green hair. In this generation, and it's not the old generation that I grew up in anymore. People are dyeing their hair different colors now. I've seen purple, I've seen rainbow colored hair, I've seen pink hair, I've seen green hair. We're in a generation now of hair of a different color, and that, which is acceptable to be normal. We're back in the 80s when I was growing up in the 90s, that wouldn't have been normal, and that kind of thing. People are actually growing beards, and they're actually dyeing their beards too, different colors, like rainbow different colors. And I think that is so interesting. And yeah, Chris Morris is still in. And so anyhow, again, we still kind of keep going. Again, I've turned everything down. And also, too, I want to check out the Chris Mack Bandcamp, too. If anybody has a link for that one, you feel free to send that to me, and that kind of thing, so I can go check that out. I think that Mike's brother might have some interesting stuff there on his website or whatever. And so again, I'm live, but I'm also following the Facebook Live celebrations and that kind of thing. Trying to do both at the same time here, so that way, because it is New Year's Eve and that, so we just and that. Yeah, I've turned that really low, and I can still hear that. But But they're actually going to be live, and probably, yep, they're still live. They're doing one full stream here, and they're all live, going more than 2 hours. And that. So when it hits 12 o'clock, Times Square is in our same time zone for Canada. And so we reflected their clock to bring it into the new year right at 12 a.m. Unless it's out in Arizona, that's totally different time zone. And in that of California, that's where that's the only part where the time changes. And if you go overseas to the Philippines and Algeria and all those different Middle Eastern countries, and then you go to England, you go to Scotland Island, that's where all the time is totally changing. And that.
Happy New Year, Berlin!
Okay, that's Berlin, not Times Square. So that. Okay, that was just to let you know, that was Berlin. That came in Germany. I thought that was Times Square. Nope. Sorry, this clip I got mixed up because Times Square has already started with Lady Gaga, but this one here that's on now is Berlin, Germany, and they're already come in just now, and it's 12 a.m. in Germany. So I thought this was New York City at first. No, it's Germany. Okay, I get the streams here mixed up. These people that are live mixed up because I get Germany mixed up now with New York City. Okay, well now I know that's Germany. I can kill that then. So anyhow. I'm waiting for because Times Square all of a sudden started, and then Germany came through, and just came in, and Times Square is just starting their night now, like we are here in Canada, and that. So I was waiting on more from Times Square. So, and then all of a sudden Germany pushes on the kind of pushed the way in, and then I thought it was still. I thought this astronaut thing was still. It's still Times Square in New York City, but it's Germany. It's Berlin. So anyhow, we'll go back to at least with some of the festivities I've got so far. There is another festivity coming in. Yeah, okay, yeah, Germany and France. That was. And that I thought that was New York City because the Lady Gaga one started in New York. It started at Times Square, and then now it's Germany and France is just live now. So I'm gonna share that one for you so you can see that, and to my page. Okay, but as the night progresses, we will pick up on Times Square again, and that so more of Times Square is going to come through. Where's this one? It's kind of hard to see with sunshades on, and that. Where's this one? Yeah, it's still France and Germany. We're gonna keep them going. The music was good. I grant that. Here I thought it was New York City still. But no, we'll go. The New York City will come back through. The one for Lady Gaga was at Times Square, and so far, and so anyhow, so I'm gonna probably see more of that one come through. And what's this one? So yeah, so again, they're all kind of relate back to the Times Square. So, that'll be pretty cool. See, the guy below me is having a good party. Because he's a smart lad, he don't invite clowns to his party. Nope, no clowns allowed. Makeup or no makeup? Not allowed. Oh. And, that was from London. And, earlier tonight, that's live in London. And why did London already came in already? London's late. And oh, here we are. We got more time. I gotta follow that one. And we're gonna go back. We're gonna share that because that's found another one for Times Square. And that's the main one we go back to here in Canada is to follow is the Times Square, is because of because that's our main countdown clock, I guess. And so again, there's
各位朋友，新年好！我代表中国重庆，
is that new host this year?
重庆欢迎你游三峡，平精彩之旅，
We got new hosts this year?
水之都，美丽
What happened to the other two that used to do it last year?
Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year!
These people are not bad either, but
City of Chongqing, China. Let me extend my sincere greetings to you. Chongqing invites you to travel along the three gorges of Yangtze River, to see pandas, to enjoy
now this is New York City Times Square. It's not the same people from last year that were hosting it. Still CNN, but it's not the the guy and the other two guys and the lady that did it. I forget what their name was. That did it last year.
I know that Chongqing is located in southwest China and it's surrounded by beautiful mountains and rivers with over 3,000 years of history.
Maybe they might be on. I don't know. Maybe later on tonight. But
Growing tourism cities according to the World Travel and Tourism Council. And when you visit, make sure you check out one of the most famous river in the world.
okay. Well, I'm gonna wait for the two hosts that I like. These two are good, but maybe the other two will pop on probably later tonight because don't forget it's just getting started. So it's and that again it was hey, there's Boy George. I haven't seen him for years. I always loved his music. Ever since I was a little kid, I always followed his music and that kind of thing. I thought it was always cool, and that. but man, there's a guy that knows how to sing. You really hear a guy sing, there's a guy that really knows how to sing. He really, really could. And that. So again, we're just looking at. It's Facebook user too. Oh, okay. Oh, well. But yeah, we can continue on. Oh, we got another Jerry, and Happy New Year's Eve. And anyhow, so again, we're just scrolling through my homepage here, and more from London. So far, London is live. Which is London, England, by the way. Ontario will be live when we go live. Our celebrations in Toronto and Ottawa and that go live, which only goes for half the night for some reason on TV, and then everything relates back to Times Square. And so anyhow, just seeing what we got on the go here, and oh, Santa Claus is still doing on here. Whoa. We're gonna silence that there in a minute. Oh, not bad. This is fireworks in London. That's London, England, by the way, guys. Put that low. And we'll share that. Yeah. So that's like other parts of the world, like you've got London, England, and that part of the world already coming in. We're slowly getting there, and so we'll go. Okay, that was London, England. And that 6/16. Oh, there's also Chinese New Year's too, and that's always cool to see. And so anyhow, that one down. Customize that one too. And And so anyhow, we're going to go to that. So we're just keeping a watch out, and so night's actually picking up, and oh, go away, suicidal girls come popping through whenever they feel like it. And anyhow, doggy TV, and flashback from the past. Well, that's quite interesting. Again, I haven't seen Relic the Clown on tonight so far. Usually he pops in and out on his live streams and that, but oh, there's that redneck there from the southern states. He's always doing something crazy on his live streams, especially when he had with the cinnamon challenge and the dog food challenge, and I thought that was quite funny. And we're actually more politics. Facebook's full of it. So anyhow, again, we're just sitting back and just having a social, and as New Year's is picking up, slowly picking up here, and that. So also too, since it's so close to the MFers time too, Mike is probably preparing for tonight's session with the MFers, and that is probably why we didn't see him on live stream tonight. And because usually he comes in and watches and that. And so far, I haven't even seen Relic the Clown or Coco the Clown yet on their live stream yet. I don't know if they're popping on tonight at all. Probably late tonight they'll pop on. And that. So this and that. Ooh, Star Wars. Must be a Comic-Con going on somewhere. There's a Star Wars ad on here. No, I don't think it looks like a. I think it's just a New Year's ad. Advertisement. Looks like a bar advertisement of some kind, showing you how to pour what you call a pina coladas and that kind of thing. To do with Star Wars characters. Oh man, I'm sore. I've been probably sitting too long, but that's okay. I'm used to it. And that, so again, we're just searching my homepage and see what's all coming through, and that. Oh, there's a poker casino ad, and where was this one? Usually, a lot of the actual the celebrations festivities at Times Square usually doesn't officially fully start till about 7:00, 7:30. When it does start up, but little bits of it here and there is starting to start a bit. That. So basically, all I'm doing is just posting it to my using my laptop computer to post it to my Facebook, so people can watch it and follow it, and that kind of thing. Here goes Buddy blowing with the music. He starts early and on time. That is so funny. Not so. Really? Oh, who's that? Oh, is that the... Oh, 1970s group. Some oldies from the past. Okay. some older wrestlers. Okay, that is going crazy. And so, oh, there's that psychic again. That psychic lady, not the one, not the one that I always share her streams on for. It's this other one. The one that's actually in Egypt. Ooh. There's a lot of that's quite interesting. How to dye your hair in rainbow colors. I should talk about that. And that kind of thing. But hey, no, I thought that was Wonder Woman for a minute. And but yeah, if you ever seen that movie Wonder Woman, that's a good movie. I've seen the remakes to it, but I haven't seen the originals. But I remember growing up with the original cartoons and that. But looks like this is, I guess, of course, this type of year is all the years for all the good old comic books coming back, like Wonder Woman and all those old comic characters we all grew up with, and as kids, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so far, I'm still keeping an eye out, and so anyhow, what I'm gonna do is there's because it's taken a while to get fully getting started. As they come through my homepage and that kind of thing. Again, they'll be shared to my Facebook page so people can see them and follow them. And that, and again, and then I'll just come back on with some more check-ins, and halfway through the night, and because live streams, they only have so much. You only have so much time to go for. But again, it'd be nice to see if these live streams will work all the way through the whole night long, straight through, or without restreaming and that kind of going out and then have to come back in. and that, but and that. But well, we could give it a couple more hours and that kind of thing, because again, at about 7 o'clock they'll slowly start picking up, and like I am following them on my Facebook page too, so on my homepage as they're slowly starting up. And that so far we have like all different parts of the, some of the other parts, like across the world and that kind of thing. So far Lady Gaga is kind of starting out Times Square a bit, and that kind of thing, so which is pretty good. So again, that they're not so. We're still keeping an eye out on my homepage for that kind of thing too, so that I can watch it and follow it. And more rainbow hair. Yeah, it's good because New Year's only comes like once a year. It's like Christmas only comes once a year, and that. And so again, we're keeping or we might just try to keep the social going a bit, and also I have to watch my battery here. Then I got my plug, so if I need to put it on the charger and that. And let's see. Oh. More of Berlin, Germany, and France. They're still going. And what do we have here? Oh, New York City. Here we go. Here we go. And, okay. Now we're starting to pick up, and you can always tell them apart.
Let me show you the important thing about New York in Times Square. Right up there, it's flashing red at the moment. That is the ball. Now what happens is at 1 minute to midnight, the ball starts to come down that pole, and when it gets to the bottom, it flashes, and that's 2018. Mystery to everybody about why New York sends a ball up and then brings it down again for New Year's Eve. It goes back to the New York Times, it goes back to the ceremony, but why was a ball going up and down is one of those...
So anyhow, again, I'm not going to put that too loud because the fact it is, I am following it on my Facebook Live. They're live stream too right now. And I am live from Canada. They're live from New York City. And so I don't want their stream to override here. But with sound-wise. And so anyhow, I'm going to try to put it up a notch.
But do not feel too sorry for
Just let you know I am following it live and watching it live, so.
Hey, where are you from? Brooklyn. From Brooklyn? You're a New Yorker, and you're madness enough to come here and do this. We got food, we got good people, we got the ball.
Any of you Ghostbusters down there tonight that live in the States?
We've got food, we've got
And that?
people, we've got the ball. Where did you seriously ring up, call up, and they deliver? Right to me. Absolutely amazing. Where are you from? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You're used to cold weather. Yes, sir. Which is why you've got those. Of course. What time did you get here? About 1:30 in the afternoon. 1:30.
I'm from Spain. I don't speak English. Sorry. Happy New Year. Feliz Año Nuevo. Feliz Año Nuevo in Spanish. Happy Happy New Year. Punta Berrión.
Whereabouts in Spain are you from?
I'm from the north, Bilbao.
Oh, Bilbao. Wonderful. All right. Did you get any pizza? Right. Let's go over here. That is the most pathetic little cheer. Better. All right. Who is Marcella? That looks painful. You're 21. Why? Is it your birthday? Let's have a quick chorus of happy birthday for Marcella. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So anyhow, again, also two MFers will be on tonight too at 8 o'clock.
There is an issue that we need to talk about. Alright? It's an issue that people don't like to talk about, but you always want to know. How do they go to the toilet? Because
This is
once they're
interesting.
in these pens, they can't leave them. They can't leave them for food, which is why he's got Domino's pizza. They can't leave them for bathroom breaks. You... Sorry? Gotta do for the boys! Gotta do for the boys! I'm hungry, but hey, we're here in Times Square. What are you doing? 2018, baby! The really distressing part about those two, they don't allow any alcohol in here either. So this is what they're really like. They're not even drunk and they're behaving like this. How many people, has anybody here been to Times Square before on New Year's Eve? So we've got a bunch of Times Square virgins who haven't been able to pee for at least the last 8 hours, who are about to have the night of their lives. I'm Richard Quest, live in New York. Let me show you finally. That's where Anderson and Co. will be in just an hour or so. Whatever you're up to on this New Year's Eve, I hope it's rock on. Give us a cheer!
Okay. Well, interrupted. Okay, so they're doing theirs. They're doing theirs in parts. Again, Berlin is still going. And so anyhow, I kind of like the Ghostbuster, the State Marshmallow Man guy. He's always liked him. Always liked him since I was a kid. So again, they're slowly starting to come. They're starting to pick up now, and that kind of thing. It is precisely 6:41, and Canadian Ontario time. New York City will have the same time as we are, and that same time region. Like I said, unless you're Arizona or way out in England or overseas or whatever. Again, Happy New Year's Eve, and that. So anyhow, that's I think I've got that one too. my fridge comped out again. More Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, so far there's a little bit by bit. And so anyhow, we'll continue on with our New Year's Eve social. And again, there's okay, this is the part where I won't actually turn them on. and that. So so anyhow, there's that Walt Disney character there, and the witch was called Witch Lady, and that, and happy 2018 reunion. You don't see him much anymore. The Spanish guitar player guy. He was always good. He used to play the guitar like a Spanish style, where he used to play the strings on the neck of the guitar, and that. And so anyhow, and that. What? Hey, buddy.
I love you, Daddy.
Hey, I love you too, bud. Yeah. Yeah. You come to see your papa, right?
He was crying, Daddy.
He's always crying, eh? Even in the movies, you were crying.
Here, let everybody see him.
Come here, buddy.
Let everybody see your baby.
Hey, don't play with my medallion on my neck. This is Atreyu. Yeah, this is Atreyu, but he's got a different middle name, don't you, buddy? Yeah, what's your middle name?
Jupiter.
Well, let him speak. He has a mouth.
He don't know how to talk.
Yes, he does. Eh? This is Atreyu Jupiter Claim. So you get the wave. See, he got different middle name. Eh? 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 Hey, happy New Year's Eve, buddy. Yeah. Now you go back outside. Well, go back, not outside, but back into the living room.
Come on. Come to Mama.
There you go.
Come to Mommy. There we go.
So anyhow, that's good. He comes in periodically to come and see me, and that. And he's a little cute little guy. And so anyhow, as long as he's not farting in my clown tent, fine. And that. Oh, Fog TV shirts. Wait, no, yeah, MFers. And, well, since it's New Year's. And, excuse me. Again, we're just... Oh man, there's Simon Cowell. He's got something arrogant to say. Like usual. Because now he's got his new show, The X Factor. And what was that one? It doesn't even say where half of these. Places are ringing in the new year. No, again, it's Hong Kong. And we're slowly starting to our celebrations are slowly picking up here too. And it's somewhere, that one. That's an actual party somewhere. That one is. And, so, oh, we're making a Venecto 1. And, so anyhow, hey, look, there's Will Smith. I haven't seen him for years on TV. In the movies. Casino stuff. And that, so okay, we're getting somewhere. Celtic Thunder. There we go. We've got starts at 8 p.m. Central Eastern. Okay, so we're good. The two hosts that I like are actually starting up at 8. So, and keeping my eye on Facebook. because I don't have cable. And so anyhow, so we'll go back there. And that's why I am gonna, since we're close to that's the same time as the Meffers. So again, I'll be catching. I'll probably go and check out Meffers later on tonight, after he's done being live and that kind of thing. After all the festivities are over, and catch up on that. And so anyhow, we've got okay. We're actually looking at okay. So anyhow, I'm gonna get ready because I'm gonna switch over to a new stream because this one's probably hit its time. And so anyhow, and okay, and that, so again, happy New Year's Eve, and hang on, I'm actually going to, I'm gonna switch into a new live stream, so that way I've got a fresh stream here for to finish off to keep tonight's going and that, and it's taking a while. Okay, so anyhow, I will be right back, and so keep tuning in, and I'm going to start a fresh live stream, so that way I can check my battery on here and that kind of thing, and so anyhow,